me 2 tickets to Paradise, and to me, that's an Eddie Money concert. And I got the man with me right here. How you doing, man?
Mark, it's great to see you. It's great. Thanks so much for having me on the show. I appreciate it. You got a lot of listeners. What do you got? 10 million people out there checking out your column, huh? Guys bigger than me, for Christ's sakes.
He's unbelievable. Listen, you are an iconic rocker. What does that mean? That means that when people go around quoting your songs, you know, hey, just like Ronnie said, where'd you meet Ronnie Spector?
Actually, I met Ronnie when we did Take Me Home Tonight. The song was just like Ronnie says. And I knew they were talking about the great legendary Ronnie Spector from Be My Little Baby. The night we met, I knew She was really great, and I called her up. She was doing the dishes. And she knew who I was, and I said, why don't you come down and do the song? And she came down. We made a great video. We got a lot of airplay. It was an amazing song, and we took it to #1 in a lot of places.
Great music is always great music, and you have made so much of this stuff, and that's why you're packed here tonight. We're actually doing this interview at House of Blues in Atlantic City, and then tomorrow you're going to Washington, then you're going up to Mohegan Sun. You know, you're still playing every night because people still want to hear this stuff. Where did it start for you?
Well, I got to tell you, I got 5 kids, Mark. I'll do anything to get out of the house.
Oh, so, yeah, that's right. So that's why we're working every night.
No, we've had a lot of hits. I mean, I've sold over, 30 million records, and between Shakin', Take Me Home Tonight, Think I'm in Love, Want to Go Back, Baby Hold On, 2 Tickets to Paradise. You know, we got a lot of airplay, and we try to try to make the song sound.
Excuse me, you still get a lot of airplay.
Yeah, we had a lot of airplay, and I got a great band. My drummer that's sleeping over there, he's been with me since 1973. So it's a great show. People are gonna have a good time tonight.
You wore him out on the road. He's sleeping.
No, he's just got a new girlfriend that's younger than him.
Oh, is that what it is? You do have a kick-ass band. Tell us about it.
I got Glennie Simmons on drums. We play with a group called the Untouchables. I got Tommy Gerben's been with me for 2 wives, for Christ. He's been with me for 25 years. I got Chris Crow from Survivor on keyboards. And all in all, it's really a great rock and roll band. My daughter comes out with us, but she's not out with us right now. And we get out there. We open up with 2 tickets. We do Baby Hold On and No Control, Give Me Some Water, Walk on Water. And we get people rocking. People really enjoy it.
Now, this is great because you actually do go out sometimes with your daughter on tour, and she does the Ronnie Spector part in some of the stuff.
Well, Jessica's very talented. We've done a lot of great music together. We did Ain't No Mountain High Enough together that Marvin Gaye did eventually with Tammy Terrell. And we like singing together. And but she just she lost her license last year for drinking and driving. I guess the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh, Mark? But now
yeah, but you're through that.
Yeah, I quit drinking a couple of years ago. Everybody's happy but me. I'm only kidding. Live for Betty Ford, it's the Eddie Money Show. No, but I mean, the show's coming along great. And Jessica's in a world of her own, and my other kids play a lot of music too. But one of my kids is into dubstepping. The other kid's into some new rock. They don't want to play Eddie Money material. They want to play, it's their day and age. They got their own future in rock and roll.
Let's talk about that. 80s rock and roll was great. 70s rock and roll. Rock and roll is great. But now, rock and roll today, anybody you looking at, anybody you think is just over and above amazing today? Anybody come to mind?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. I'm kind of lost in the 70s. I like, I'm into like Led Zeppelin and the Rolling Stones, the Beatles, Jimi Hendrix, the old Fleetwood Mac, old Savoy Brown. I was really into the early English blues, Jeff Beck, Eric Clapton. Back in the late 70s and 80s, when actually back in the 60s, when British rock really hit the airwaves. Ain't Superstitious by Jeff Beck, Have You Heard About Me, Baby with John Mayer and the Blues Breakers with Eric Clapton. So I'm a stickler for that early English rock and roll.
A guest on my show was Mitch Ryder, and we both mutually think that he and I think you should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Well, I grew up with Mitch Ryder. I mean, Devil in a Blue Dress and Bend Over Shake a Tail Feather, Little Latin Loop-de-Loo, C.C. Ryder. He's a great performer. He's a Detroit boy. And, there's a lot of great people that should be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But then again, there's a lot of people that are in it that I don't even know who they are. But you know what? It's a long and it's a prosperous road. And eventually, people, if they're good enough, they get in. I would have liked to seen Warren Zevon get in, only because he was dying of cancer. But, what are you going to do? I'm on the Long Island Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with Kiss and Neil Diamond and Barbra Streisand. So I'm surrounded with some pretty good company.
You grew up in Brooklyn, and your family's all in law enforcement. You were for a short time, and you said, "I don't think so."
Well, I joined the police department. My brother was in Vietnam at the time, and I just joined the police department. My father was a patrolman of the year, and I was actually trying to keep him happy, but I just couldn't see myself in uniform for 20, 25 years of my life. So I quit the police department. And I moved out to California, and I got a record deal by Bill Graham and Sony Music. That was about millions of records later. I'm still here, rocking the clubs. I'm looking forward to playing a House of Blues tonight.
Bill Graham loved you. He just absolutely loved. He made comments about you. He loved you.
Well, he was a great guy. Bill Graham always wanted to be a singer, but he just didn't have the voice for it. So I think I was like, through me, he was getting his whole trip out. With the stool, what to sing, don't put the spins in too much. He was a stickler about my stage performance, but he was a great guy, and I miss him tremendously. He died tragically in a helicopter accident in 1994, coming home from a Huey Lewis show in a really bad rainstorm. Why he was flying that night is beyond me, but in rock and roll, you think you're invincible, as we all know that.
He is rock and roll. This is Eddie Money with Marc Berman here at House of Blues in Atlantic City.